This is where billions of pens begin their journey every single day. Before production starts, every BIC worker must pass through secure facility gates. Inside these walls, identity checks protect every part of the manufacturing process. One look at this floor reveals the sheer scale of BIC's daily production. Every pen begins as a delivery truck pulling into the loading dock. These small translucent granules look unremarkable, but they become the pen body. Tungsten carbide is one of the hardest materials ever used in pen manufacturing. The ink formula arriving here is the invisible heart of every BIC pen. Safety protocols here are not optional. Precision manufacturing demands absolute discipline. When these machines power up, tens of millions of pens become possible. Not every granule passes inspection. Only perfect material enters the BIC machines. A microscopic flaw in the plastic would compromise every pen body made. Thousands of granules pour into hoppers that feed the injection molding line. The conveyor carries raw material across the facility without a single interruption. Temperature settings on these machines are calibrated to a fraction of a degree. This injection molding machine runs continuously, shaping thousands of bodies every hour. At the right temperature, polypropylene transforms into a flowing liquid ready for molding. Inside the injection chamber, molten plastic waits under pressure for the perfect mold. The plastic enters hexagonal molds at high pressure and takes shape in seconds. What comes out of these molds is the first recognizable form of a BIC pen. Freshly molded bodies are still warm as they travel along the cooling conveyor. Each body releases cleanly from the mold. Precision tooling makes this possible. The six-sided shape is not accidental. It is engineered for grip and stability. Transparency in the barrel is both a design choice and a quality control tool. An automated sensor removes off-spec bodies from the line without stopping production. Thousands of verified pen bodies wait in organized staging racks for final assembly. The carbide powder is weighed and blended with a binder before pressing begins. Tiny ball blanks are pressed from the carbide mixture under enormous compaction force. Inside the sintering furnace, ball blanks are fired at extreme temperatures until dense. Each tiny ball passes through a precision grinding machine that perfects its roundness. Under microscopic inspection, any ball showing the smallest flat spot is immediately rejected. Only the most perfect balls advance. Everything else is recycled back into production. The ink laboratory is where the pen's most critical ingredient is carefully created. Raw pigments and dye concentrates are weighed with exactness before anything else happens. Viscosity agents are added in precise ratios that determine exactly how the ink flows. Industrial mixing vats combine every ink component into a single controlled formula. A technician draws a sample and measures viscosity against the approved BIC standard. Color consistency testing ensures every ink batch matches the approved BIC reference exactly. Stability testing simulates months of ink storage to ensure formula will not degrade. Approved ink transfers through sealed pipes directly into the production floor tanks. Brass rod stock arrives at the tip machining station ready to be precisely transformed. A CNC machine shapes each brass tip socket from rod stock with extreme precision. The ball seat inside each tip is drilled to a fraction of a single millimeter. The ball placement machine positions each tungsten carbide sphere above its socket precisely. Each ball is pressed into its socket with a precisely calculated controlled insertion force. Every completed tip is tested to confirm the ball rotates freely without any resistance. A float channel inspection confirms ink will travel correctly from tubes to the ball. The first test writes with a completed tip reveal a clean, perfectly consistent line. Clear polypropylene ink tubes are cut to exact length before any filling begins. A precision fill machine injects exactly the right volume of ink into each tube. After filling, any air bubbles trapped inside the ink are removed by centrifuge. An optical sensor verifies the ink fill level in every single tube before it advances. The precision-made brass tip attaches to the filled ink tube at the assembly station. Mechanical arms crimp the tip firmly onto the tube to create a permanent seal joint. A small polyethylene plug seals the opposite tube end to prevent any ink leakage. The filled and sealed ink assembly slides inside the hexagonal polypropylene body. A snap cap secures the end of the body, completing the pen's complete outer shell. BIC branding and product text are pad printed directly onto each pen precisely. The familiar BIC writing cap press fits over the tip end to complete the pen. For the first time, a fully assembled BIC Cristal pen stands complete on the line. Every single pen must prove it can write before it leaves this BIC facility. The line thickness must remain perfectly constant across every pen at every pressure. Pens are tested at multiple writing angles to confirm the ball rolls correctly everywhere. A leak detection system scans every unit for any sign of ink seeping through. Human quality inspectors pull random samples from the line for detailed manual review. Any pen that fails a test is automatically diverted off the production line immediately. Quality data from every test station feeds into the BIC production monitoring system. The BIC Cristal text and logo on each pen body are checked for perfect print registration. The writing cap fit is tested and the safety air hole verified on every sample pen. Drop tests simulate the impact a pen would experience during normal daily handling. Temperature chamber tests expose sample pens to extreme storage conditions over time. A final visual inspection line checks every pen for surface defects or print errors. Clean, inspected, and branded
printed pens move into the packaging zone in a steady stream. BIC packaging materials arrive printed with the full orange and white brand identity. An automated arm places each BIC pen precisely into its blister pack cavity. A heat sealer closes the blister packaging cleanly to protect pens during transport. Barcodes are applied to every BIC package and scanned for accuracy before advancing. A count verification system ensures every BIC box holds exactly the right number. Individual BIC packages are grouped into secondary corrugated shipping boxes for distribution. Workers and robotic arms build stable pallets of BIC shipping cartons for transport. Stretch wrap machines secure each finished pallet tightly to protect loads during transport. Finished BIC pallets move into the temperature-controlled warehouse under inventory tracking. An order arrives and the distribution center requests a full container of BIC pens. A forklift operator moves pallets efficiently from warehouse storage to the loading dock. A BIC-marked freight truck pulls into the loading dock precisely on its scheduled time. Workers verify every pallet's barcode against the manifest before it loads onto the truck. The doors seal and the BIC Cristal shipment departs the facility on schedule. Millions of BIC pens are moving down highways towards schools and stores worldwide. At the regional distribution center, BIC pallets are broken down and sorted by retail destination. A BIC delivery van is loaded with retail cartons for individual store delivery runs. A BIC delivery van pulls up to a retail loading dock with a fresh inventory order. In the store backroom, BIC Cristal cartons are opened and stocked to go on shelf. A stock worker places BIC Cristal packages neatly on the retail shelf display. The finished BIC Cristal stands on the retail shelf, ready for whoever needs it. A customer reaches for a pack of BIC pens and examines it closely in the store. At the checkout counter, a pack of BIC Cristals completes a simple, everyday purchase. A student uncaps a BIC pen and begins writing notes across a lined notebook page. An office worker signs a formal document with a BIC pen in one confident stroke. Seen from above, the BIC factory runs continuously, producing millions of pens every day. Every line this pen draws is the result of precision engineering working perfectly. Across schools, offices, and homes in every country, BIC pens are already at work. Every single day, BIC factories around the world ship millions of pens to their users. This design has not changed much because it never needed to. It already worked. A child presses a BIC pen to paper for the first time and confidently writes. An artist sketches with a BIC Cristal, impressed by the precise and consistent line. Some BIC pens sign things that matter more than any ordinary piece of paper. Back at the factory, the production line runs through the night without slowing down. The BIC quality control team is present on every shift. Precision never takes a break. It doesn't promise luxury. It promises to work, every time, for anyone. One of the world's most common objects is also one of its most perfectly made ones. That tiny ball at the tip is harder than almost any material on the planet Earth. Every component calibrated, every detail considered. A pen that simply works, always. This factory never stops, and somewhere right now, another pen is being made. It is not simple at all. It only looks that way because it was made so perfectly. From a translucent barrel to the hand of a billion people, that is what BIC made. Exams, signatures, sketches, grocery lists, billions of ideas written down with BIC. The next time you hold one, look at it differently. It is extraordinary in every way. More than 4 billion BIC Cristal pens are produced and sold around the world annually. What looks like nothing is actually the result of decades of precision, innovation, and craft. Precise, reliable, and trusted for generations. This is BIC.